The hook deep in the heart of the African wilderness reigns a predator of legendary status and unrivaled power. The lion. Known globally as the king of beasts, this formidable feline relies on a lethal combination of raw strength and lightning-fast reflexes to dominate the savannah. But while a lone lion is a force to be reckoned with, the African continent is a brutal arena where survival is never guaranteed. Even the king faces terrifying rivals that can challenge his throne in a life-or-death struggle. Today, we reveal the 6 secret killers that humble the king. Stay with us for the showdown. Kicking off our list is the legendary Cape buffalo, the heavy hitter of the African wilderness. Standing as one of the most massive bovines on Earth, a fully grown male is a literal ton of muscle and fury. But it isn't just their size that's terrifying, it's their volatile temperament. These animals are notorious for their explosive aggression, especially when backed into a corner. The most lethal of all are the dagger boys, old solitary bulls who have split from the herd and have absolutely nothing to lose. When these titans are provoked, they don't just defend, they retaliate with blind rage, charging opponents twice their size without a second thought. For a lion, choosing a buffalo as a target is a high-stakes gamble. It's an exhausting high-energy battle that pits the cat's predatory skill against the bull's raw, unrelenting power. The buffalo's primary weapons are its wicked curved horns, capable of delivering fatal wounds in a single thrust. Even more impressive is the boss, the solid bone shield where the horns meet on the forehead. This natural armor is so dense it can deflect a hunter's bullet, making a frontal attack by a lion almost suicidal. Because of this, lions have learned that a solo hunt is a death sentence. Evolution has taught the king of beasts that there is safety in numbers. You'll rarely see a lion attempt this takedown alone because the pride is their only chance at success. However, even a coordinated pride attack is not a guaranteed victory. Buffalo are fiercely loyal, and a frantic herd will often charge back into the fray to rescue a fallen comrade from the clutches of predators. This selfless, heroic defense often turns the hunters into the hunted, leaving the lions battered or worse. The buffalo's reputation for turning the tables has made it one of the most feared creatures in the bush, commanding respect from every predator that stalks the plains. Throughout the African savanna, many have learned the hard way never to underestimate this beast. In a head-to-head clash, the buffalo uses its sheer momentum to toss a lion like a ragdoll. When it comes down to a one-on-one fight, the king of beasts is usually outmatched, and the buffalo often walks away the victor of the encounter. Our next challenger is an ancient, cold-blooded titan that sits firmly at the top of the aquatic food chain, the Nile crocodile. Dominating African waterways as the continent's largest reptile and the second largest in the world, these giants can easily exceed 1,500 pounds of pure predatory muscle. It isn't just their massive size that's terrifying, it's their specialized jaw structure and immense bite force, which allow them to crush and slice through the toughest hides of any creature that wanders too close. Once they lock their jaws onto a victim, they execute a violent maneuver known as the death roll, spinning their entire bodies with incredible torque to tear away pieces of flesh. Their hunting strategy is a masterclass in stealth. This river monster lurks silently beneath the surface, becoming a literal submerged shadow. With a sudden explosive burst of speed, it lunges to drag its prey into the murky depths, where the victim's chances of survival drop to zero. Usually, when these two apex predators clash, the battle takes place in the shallows or on the riverbank. In these environments, the lion holds a distinct tactical advantage, especially if the crocodile isn't a fully grown behemoth. Away from the water, the crocodile loses its primary edge, buoyancy, making it much slower and less maneuverable, which allows the nimble lion to stay one step ahead of those snapping jaws. However, the moment the king of beasts enters the water to cross a river, he enters a world of danger. In the deep, the lion's survival depends entirely on his reaction time and agility, but the odds are heavily stacked against him. Even on dry land, ending a crocodile's life is a monumental challenge. Their backs are shielded by a fortress of bony plates and thick skin that can break a predator's teeth, acting like a natural suit of armor. The only real chink in the crocodile's armor is its softer underbelly, but getting to it is a suicidal mission. Despite this vulnerability, a massive crocodile is a fearless combatant, often engaging in brutal struggles with lions or even larger animals without flinching. To put it simply, if a crocodile successfully lures a lion into the water, the fight is over before it even begins. For the big cat, there is no happy ending in the deep. Next up is a true heavyweight of the animal kingdom, the hippopotamus. Far from the gentle giant it's often portrayed to be, the hippo is a territorial juggernaut that moves through the landscape like a living tank. These behemoths can tip the scales at a staggering 3 tons and stretch up to 5 meters in length. Armed with these massive proportions, they don't hesitate to charge anything or anyone that dares to trespass on their turf. If a predator fails to retreat in time, they face the full fury of a mouth that can open wide enough to swallow a human whole. Inside that cavernous maw are razor-sharp tusks that can reach 60 centimeters in length, capable of puncturing bone and muscle in a single snap. Furthermore, the hippo is built to take a hit. Its hide is a biological fortress with skin up to 4 centimeters thick that acts as natural body armor against a lion's claws and teeth. Because of this incredible durability, a lion has no hope of a quick kill. Their only strategy is a grueling game of endurance, hoping to slowly exhaust the giant. But for the hippo, a single well-placed bite is all it takes to end the confrontation instantly. It's no wonder that even the Nile crocodile, usually the undisputed master of the water, will go out of its way to avoid crossing paths with an angry hippo. Don't let their bulky appearance fool you. These animals can sprint with surprising speed on solid ground. Combined with their unpredictable and explosive temper, they are more than a match for any land predator. Any creature standing in a hippo's way is at a massive disadvantage from the start. For a lone lion, taking on this aquatic titan isn't just a challenge, it's nearly impossible. Now let's step away from the African plains for a hypothetical clash that has sparked debates for centuries. The lion versus the tiger. Although these two legendary cats rarely cross paths in the wild due to being on different continents, the tiger stands as perhaps the lion's most formidable physical equal. While they may appear similar in scale, the tiger often possesses a more dense, muscular frame that radiates raw power. Furthermore, the tiger is a master of the solo hunt. Whereas lions rely on the teamwork of a pride, the tiger is a solitary warrior that must rely entirely on its own cunning and combat skills to survive. making it an incredibly disciplined fighter. When it comes to pure athleticism, this striped assassin often holds the edge in speed and fluid agility. The tiger's movements are explosive, allowing it to transition from a stalk to a full-on assault in the blink of an eye. One of its most dangerous tactical advantages is its ability to stand and fight on its hind legs for extended periods. While a lion typically uses one paw to strike while balancing, a tiger's superior lower body strength allows it to box with both front paws simultaneously, delivering a barrage of high-velocity swipes that can overwhelm any opponent. When you combine that specialized combat stance with its independent hunting experience, it's clear the tiger is an elite contender for the throne. In a direct one-on-one confrontation, the tiger possesses all the necessary tools to potentially walk away as the victor against the king of the jungle. Stepping into the ring next is the rhinoceros, a true heavyweight of the savannah and one of the most intimidating forces in all of Africa. This biological tank is a mountain of muscle, with dominant males easily scaling over a ton and stretching several meters in length. When you're this massive, you don't just walk through the bush, you own it. The rhino's most iconic feature is the lethal pointed horn centered on its skull, a specialized weapon designed for high-impact devastation. When a rhino is provoked, it transforms into a living projectile capable of skewering anything that crosses its path with terrifying force. Their hair-trigger temper means they don't differentiate between a predator and an inanimate object. If it moves, it's a target. Nothing stands in the way of a charging rhino. Not even a massive safari vehicle is safe from its momentum. You can see the sheer power on display when it effortlessly tosses a buffalo into the air like a toy. This beast is so fearless, it has been known to go head-to-head with even the African elephant, the only creature that truly rivals it in size. For a lion, trying to halt a rhinoceros in mid-charge is like trying to stop a runaway train. The rhino's defense is just as impressive as its offense. It is covered in a layered hide that acts as a natural suit of armor, virtually impervious to a lion's bite. There is no such thing as an easy kill when it comes to this giant. A quick victory is off the table. A pride's only hope is a grueling battle of attrition, attempting to wear the giant down over many hours, a strategy that is as dangerous as it is exhausting. The savannah is full of kings, but as we've seen today, the crown is a heavy thing to wear. Which of these 6 showdowns surprised you the most? Do you think a tiger could really take down a lion in a fair fight? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into nature's brutal reality, hit that like button and check out our other battle breakdowns. Until next time, this is Misterval TV.